An automobile XX, an auto at. Welcome back. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever time it is where you are. We are looking at the third game from PrepTest 3, the December 1991 LSAT. First two games of this section, pretty easy. Second game, very easy. Basic one-to-one order game. We always love those. Not sure what this one holds for us. As I scan it, got floors on a building, family cars or sports cars. Maybe? I was going to say order game because we've got 1, 2, 3, but yeah, I do think this is going to be an order game. I'm looking at this clue right here. Each family car is displayed on a lower numbered floor than any sports car. So there is an ordering element to this game. So maybe a couple order games in a row here. We started with a grouping game, kind of mapping hybrid, but really more grouping as I thought about it. Second game here was an easy order game. Looks like the third game is another order game. And we have a good amount of questions here. 6 questions once again. Maybe I'm going to jinx myself now with this third game. Maybe it's going to turn out to be super difficult. But it looks like maybe we're going to be in a scenario where the first 3 games, we've got them done in 20 or 25 minutes, and we've got a good number of questions banked, 19 questions. Last game here, looks like we've got just 5. That one could be difficult. Who knows? But yeah, I say let's just keep going on in order. At an automobile exhibition, cars are displayed on each floor of a 3-floor building. On each floor, the cars are either all family cars or all sports cars, either all new or all used, and either all production models or all research models. Okay, I think those are the elements. That is a little strange, but I think we're looking at family cars, sports cars, new, used. Oh wait, but that's overlapping. Production or research. Okay, so that is a little weird. So is it that we're charting the cars to the floors, or we're matching up production and research to new and used and family and sports cars? Because we don't normally have like 3-dimensional setups. So it would be a little bit strange here to do something like a 1, 2, 3, and then have 3 things we're deciding on each floor. Although, I mean, that does essentially seem like what's going on here. At the same time, however, I can see we're told immediately new cars on floor 1, used cars on floor 3. So I am going to do this kind of 3-dimensional setup. I think I'm also going to go ahead and try and do this vertically rather than left to right, since it is floors in a building. And so, you know, we typically want our diagram to be a good mental representation of what's going on. So that's what I'm going to try here. So I've got floor 1, floor 2, and floor 3. I'm going to go across, and on each floor, I'm thinking about 3 things. Is it a new car or a used car? Is it a family car or a sports car? Is it production or, what was the other thing? Experimental, run rate, research, production or research. Okay, so we've got FSNUPR. Let's go ahead and jump into the clues. If the exhibition includes both family cars and sports cars, then each family car is displayed on a lower numbered floor than any sports car. So the family cars, if they're included, have to be on a lower numbered floor than the sports cars. I guess there's no reason to circle that really. But yeah, so again, if we end up having both, I guess it's possible all of the floors are sports cars, but if we have both, F is lower than S. The exhibition includes no used research models. Okay, so U and R can never go together. The exhibition includes no research models that are sports cars, so S and U can never go together. There are new cars on floor 1, so we know for sure new cars on floor 1. Love that, favorite kind of clue. And there are used cars on floor 3. Oh wait, let's not put that in the first slot. So that's going to go in the middle. So that's where we're going to keep track of new and used. And so 3 is going to be used cars. As far as our deductions here, well, that means that this cannot be research. So these have to be production models. And it cannot be sports cars. Wait, that's a problem. What? Used cars on floor 3. The exhibition includes no used research models. The exhibition includes no research models that are sports cars. Okay, so right away, it makes no sense to have this clue that says family cars have to be on a lower numbered floor than the sports cars if we actually don't end up having any sports cars from the very beginning. So that showed me something weird was going on there. And what it was is that I got this clue wrong. It's not sports cars are never used cars. It's that research models are never sports cars. So it's actually R that never goes with S. Still the case that they have to be production models on floor 3 because they're used, but it is no longer the case that they can't be sports cars. They could be either F or S. Although really, I mean, this deduction actually tells us no, that's not possible. There's no way family cars are on floor 3. I guess that's not true. So it could be the case that all 3 floors are family cars, or all 3 floors are sports cars. So in that sense, you could end up with F up here from floor 3, but that only works if all 3 floors have the same kind of sport or family car. So I just kind of want to remember provisionally, it might be the case that we can't have F third, it might be the case that we can't have S first, but there's not really a great way to symbolize that, I don't think. Used cars are never research models, so they're production. Does that mean new cars are? I don't think that means new cars have to be either production or research. Yeah, it could be either way. It doesn't seem like we have a lot of deductions here, so okay, I'm sensing maybe this game is a little harder than I thought at first. What you want to do when that happens is look for a specific question, so I'm going to look for number 14 here. If there are sports cars on exactly 2 floors, which one of the following statements could be true? If I know for sure that there are going to be sports cars on 2 floors, they have to be above the family cars. And so the family car is going to have to go down here, and we already know that's new. Sports car has to go here. Again, sports cars are never research models, and so this is going to have to be production. But then, can we tell anything else? I don't think so. So the only question is it used or new on floor 2? And is it production or research on floor 1? But I think that's it. Okay. Which of the following statements could be true? There are research models on floor 1. Yes, I'm always so suspicious when it turns out to be A. Yeah, that's a possibility, right? So circle A and let's move on. Next specific question, number 17. If there are research models on exactly 2 floors, which one of the following statements can be false? Okay, so research models on 2 of the floors. Well, I know floor 3 is not research, so that's going to be UP. So that means each of these floors has to be research. And of course, we already know about N there. Is there anything else we know about research versus production? Research cannot be sports cars. Yeah, so both of these are going to have to be family. Now that does not necessarily mean that the top floor is or is not a family car. Again, you could have all 3 floors for family cars, so that's still going to be F versus S. And then here, we don't know anything about the family cars, what they have to be, so I think this can still be U or N. But the first floor is done, has to be F and R, so that's nice. What can be false? So basically 4 of these choices are must be trues, and we want to cross them off. There are family cars on floor 1. Yes, that must be true, right? So it's not A. There are research models on floor 1. Yes, that must be true, so it's not B. There are new cars on floor 2. That does not seem like a must be true. Now here, I'm going to keep going. It's kind of hard to articulate the difference why I would keep going here, but not on something like 14. But basically, although it seems like it can be false, I really want to be able to eliminate the must be trues. So it should be the case right now that D and E are must be trues that we can cross off pretty easily. There are research models on floor 2. Yep, that must be true. Very good. There are family cars on floor 3. Oh, see, that's also can be false. So something's going on here. There are new cars on floor 2. Why would they have to be new? Did we miss something? Why would floor 2 have to be new here? Used models. Oh, here we go. Used models can never be research models. So never mind. If that's research, that's also new. So I'm glad that we did that. So this is not C, and it is E. Let's move on to number 18. If all the new cars in the exhibition are research models, wait, doesn't that have to be true? That's what we just said. That's weird. The exhibition includes no used research models. If all the new cars... Oh, never mind. So if it's new, it could still be production. It's just that if it's used, it can't be research. Okay, so if all the new cars in the exhibition are research models, which one of the following statements must be true? Well, what do we know? We know about U and P on floor 3. If the floor 1 has new cars, this question is also telling us that it's got to be a research model. And of course, research models are never used. We know that. They're also never sports cars. So that is again going to be FNR. I'm not sure that we know anything else for sure. I mean, I guess the only other thing you would set up is what if this is research versus what if it's production? If it's research, it's going to have to be a family car, and research cars are never used, so it would again be FNR. If it's production on floor 2 instead, oh gosh, it just happened. I had a weird experience. I feel like I've traveled 2 days into the future. Got glasses. Crazy. Anyway, where were we? I think we're looking at number 18. And so we were saying, okay, obviously we know for sure on floor 1 they're new cars, so those have to be research. Research cars are never sports cars, so those have to be family cars. We know that on floor 3, we're looking at used cars, and so those can't be research models. Those have to be production. We don't know if those are going to be family or sport. I believe they could be either. Used cars are never research. Research are never sport, but we don't know about production models. But then we were also saying in the middle, it could be the case that they're either research or production. If they're research, it's RNP. If they're production, can we figure anything out for sure? Well, they can't be new, because again, in the context of this question, all the new cars are supposed to be research, so they would have to be used if they are production on floor 2. Used cars are never, used cars are never research. Research are never sports cars. But again, that would be basically the same thing. FSUP. And I think the top, same exact scenarios. It's really only the middle and then whether the top floor is family or sport cars that we're trying to figure out between. Which one of the following must be true? All the family cars in the exhibition are new? I don't think so, because we could have used family cars on the 3rd floor, right? So I'm going to cross off A. All the family cars in the exhibition are research models. Again, I don't think so, because can't I have family production models on floor 3? I think I can, so I'm going to cross off B. All the family cars in the exhibition are used. Well, no, not at all, because we know family cars are going to be new on floors 1 and 1 for sure, 2 if possible. All the new cars in the exhibition are family cars. All the new cars in the exhibition are family. Ooh, yep, that's got to be the one. Every time we see a new car, for sure it's going to be a family model in that particular scenario. So that's it. That's the one. It's got to be D. Number 19, moving on. If all the production models in the exhibition are used, which one of the following statements must be true? Is there anywhere we know we're going to have a production model? Yeah, one of our deductions was that on floor 3 it has to be production. So for 19, if we know for sure, that's U and P. So that means here on floor 1, since those are new cars for sure, it cannot be the case that they're production models, and so that has to be research. But then floor 2, we don't really know much about. All the production models are used. Yeah, I think that's all I've got. What must be true? Oh, wait, hold on. How do I always know about this NF thing? New cars. Why has that worked out every time? Okay, here we go. Yeah, good. Research models are not sports cars ever, so that has to be a family car. And the reason I asked is because of A, right? There are family cars on floor 1. Yes, that's true. All right, well, we've got 2 more. Both of our general questions are all that's left. Number 15, which of the following statements could be true? The exhibition includes new research model sports cars. Do we ever see S with R? Well, no, I mean, that's a rule, right? S and R never go together. That's a rule. New research model sports cars. I'm going to get rid of A. The exhibition includes used research family. So in our nomenclature, that would be FUS. No, FUR. Do we ever see fur? I don't see fur. I don't even see where it would have been possible. In fact, U can't go with R. That's another rule, so it can't be B. The exhibition includes used research model sports cars. So for us, that would be SUR. Do we ever see SUR? SUR. Well, is not possible, right? We can't have used research models. So this is almost like that kind of pick a rule question where we just take a rule and cross off answer choices that violate that rule. Since we've already done 3 of them, I'm just going to keep going, but it does look like we're able to do that each time. Answer choice D, there are research models on exactly 1 floor. Have we ever seen research models on exactly 1 floor? I feel like that was a possibility on 18, and I think that happened on 14, right? So yeah, I think this one is answer choice D. And finally, number 16, which one of the following statements must be true? There are production models on floor 1. No, that's not a must be. There are research models on floor 1. Research models on floor 1. I mean, that's possible, but I don't think it has to be true. We had a production possibility on number 14. So I'm going to cross off B. There are production models on floor 2. Possible, but not a must be true. There are production models on floor 3. Yes, that was one of our deductions, right? So again, general questions, you either want to answer using your deductions or your previous scenarios, if at all possible. Those are the best two cases. The worst case is where we have to just work out answer choices. But we did not have to do that here. I think we are done. So what have we got? A, D, D, E, D, A. Adida. 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 Yes. Got them all right. Love it. Well done to you. Well done to me. We did it. What would I say about this one? Honestly, the first few specific questions I feel like took us a little longer than maybe they needed to. But again, that's kind of what you want to use the specific questions for, to work yourself into a game, particularly if the setup is a little weird. And a three-dimensional, I mean, honestly, yeah, this is kind of an order setup. This is like a three-dimensional order game, so a little bit of a strange setup here. Third game in the section, not super difficult. Really, we should feel pretty good. I'm guessing this is 20 or 25 minutes in, and we should have roughly 19 correct responses. So I'm feeling good about Prep Test 3. We will take a look at Prep Test 3 Game 4 next time. So yeah, I'll see y'all around.